Welcome, everybody. We're back live again here on another dreadful podcast with two other of my colleagues. Mr. Plude, welcome.
How are we doing today? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Andrew,
Hi.
it's a great way to just start it. Not much enthusiasm out of us three. We did have a scheduled guest, but we just didn't want him on today. It was just different circumstances. Our lawyers just couldn't get the contracts lined up in time. But I guess if
Maybe it's something with the terms and conditions page. It's a little
demands, not terms and conditions, just demands.
Hmm.
But yeah, all three of us, came out with a nice L, and it sucks. Anybody want to get into that before we start breaking down the games?
yeah. I'll take that. I think this is the second week where all three of us have lost together, which really discredits all the advice that we give on this podcast. It shows that we don't know anything, but we like to think we do, so we'll continue today.
Andrew?
Yeah. Let's get this over with. Let's dive in.
Alrighty. Alright, let's get this going with the first game. Eric, why don't we just do your game first? Andrew, Eric's game here. Losing the mic this week, 80-56. A low-scoring game. I don't know. Eric, obviously, let's start with you then. I mean, low-scoring. You went up against a roommate of yours. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I'm just a bad fantasy team. I'm 3-8, I think. I'm tied with Jonah, or did Jonah win this week?
You won.
Oh wow! So I am literally the worst in the league. That's terrible. I lost to a team with an awful name, so that kind of hurts too. But yeah, Rodgers had pedestrian numbers, and my team was bad.
Yeah. Andrew?
Yeah, he started Alfred Morris. That was interesting.
That was interesting.
Did he score? Did he even touch the ball?
He did not. No.
Did he play?
I think so.
Oh yeah, that was. And then yeah, I mean you lost by so much. I don't really think it mattered, but interesting decision there. Yeah, not much to be said here. Not many points scored. Both teams didn't look particularly well. And you are the worst player in the league now, so we got that on our podcast. Might be something to draw some new viewers in. Hear from the worst in the league. So.
Yeah, Eric, nothing much from me either. If there was a week to beat Mike, this would have been the week. Not much coming out of his team either. Your bench didn't look too hot except for Winston, but
yeah. In my defense, I did have my best players benched this week, but I feel like that's the case for a lot of people, so it's not my excuse.
Yep.
The team's just awful. Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. Next, moving on, we got a big upset that happened because of Monday night. Another very low-scoring game between Jonah and Hutch, one of the hottest teams in the league. Upset. Andrew, would you like to initially start with a breakdown of this game?
Yeah. Again, boring, low-scoring matchup. Came down to the end. Really disappointing for me to see Hutch after I hyped him up. He lived up to the hype for a little bit and falls off to the worst person in the league. So it's tough to swallow for him and his fans like me. So hopefully he can bounce back, but just another brutal matchup there.
Eric?
Yeah. Price was all on this Hutch train. He was the captain of the hype squad. Head cheerleader, what have you, and Hutch couldn't get it done. He loses to Jonah. I think that's hilarious. It's just an upset. It's hilarious. Oh, God, Jonah probably doesn't even know we do this podcast, and it's even funnier.
Yeah.
That one. But just a hilarious game. You love to see Hutch lose, burst his bubble a little bit. He's probably crying back at the townhome right now.
I would say it was pretty funny though because Jonah put the comment in the group me that he was going to beat me, have a better record than me, which is literally impossible. Classic Jonah math, can't count to 3. So that was interesting. But then he loses, or he beats the guy who initially disagreed with him, then took it back and said, "Oh wait, he actually could beat you in records," and then finally realized after I said something, "Oh wait, he can't." So I don't really know which one's worse. You can't count from 3 to 6, or you can, and then you second guess yourself, and then third guess yourself and realize, "Wow, I'm an idiot." So
That
That's probably worse.
and it's funny because he beat him by 3 points in the matchup too. So number 3 played a big role this week for them.
I think another thing to add to that price is look at his new name. You see that one?
Yeah, you see my new name?
No, I didn't actually. What is it?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
That's good. A little animosity between friends.
Yeah.
It's what this league's all about.
Between 2 people, you're right.
Yeah.
I just going back to the game a little bit. Jonah, he pulled off the double tight end combo, and it didn't look like it was going to work out because his 2 tight ends that he played were combined for 2 points, but it worked out for him in the end. But good win to Jonah. It brought Hutch's, I guess, his confidence back down a notch, which we all wanted.
I did.
Moving on to the next game, I'll just go off mine then, Eric. Why don't we just go into my game that I played against Joe? Another not high-scoring game. Joe beat me 90-82. Pretty close game all day on Sunday and on Monday, but I don't know. He won. I didn't put in the right players, and he didn't. He won. He eventually came out with the W. I needed a win, and I didn't. Eric, what do you got on that game?
Yeah, it's classic battle of the 204 roommates in days past. Joe, wow, he's actually been doing pretty well these last couple weeks. Got to hand him that. Kib, I like your name, Jerry Jones. That's pretty funny. Kind of encapsulates what you're all about as a person and as a fantasy owner. Arrogance at its finest. Yeah, it's just a good game.
Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, I saw your 2 running backs that you did start score 30 points less than the one you didn't. That's never positive for you. In your defense, I probably would have started Rawls. Forsett broke his arm pretty early. That was ugly. Yeah, and both of his teams now I think are going to make the playoffs, so good for him. Half of the playoffs will be Joe, so that's pretty positive for him.
Yep. It was a must-win, like I said, and I didn't come through. Looks like I'm out of it. Sucks, but yeah, moving on. All right, next game we had Gibson versus Kyle. Blowout to epic proportions, 124 for Gibson, 69 for Kyle.
Wow.
This is Gibson's team with a guy that had scored 0 points still could not have been stopped. Andrew, what do you have? Any thoughts about this game?
No real analysis here. This is just a good old-fashioned Gibson taking Kyle out behind the shed and beating him down hard. Nothing really more needs to be said.
Eric?
Yeah, Gibson's proving once again why I think he's the best team in the league. 124 points. Wow, that's good, especially on a week where everyone's having buys. Kyle's new name's pretty funny. Don't look, I'm hideous.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then in parentheses it says look. So does he actually want you to look? I don't think he does.
I didn't notice that. That's good.
That is good. Yeah, like you said, not much analysis. So it was just a nice whooping, to say the least. And then our last game of our Sunday, of our week, was Joe Gramsey, the other guy, Team Gramsey, beating out Andrew 73-68. What do you got?
I'm back.
Yeah, I see 2 Erics on the screen. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't have much to say. You look at my team, I say this every week, and I just think, okay, I got a really good team playing this week. And I never score a lot of points, so I'm used to it. And I got Freeman. The Colts did a great job for me concussing Freeman, and then I still can't come through with the win. That whole Rams defense to Baltimore kicker situation that I had really didn't help, but I didn't deserve to win anyway. So, Luke?
Yeah, I don't really know what we're talking about, seeing as I blacked out here, but I will blindly back Price said.
Andrew was the other guy.
Me not.
He lost to the other guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't say I'm not disappointed in your effort, Price. I would have loved to see you beat the other guy. seeing as I want him to do as awful as possible, seeing as I don't know him or want to get to know him. So yeah, I'm kind of some disappointment out of a colleague here. But what can you expect? The other guy's a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a bad week too. I seem to find a way these last 3 weeks to be worse, and I did a good job of doing that. So it's just frustrating. That's all.
Very frustrating. I'm on a 4-game losing streak. Andrew, like he said, he's on a 3-game losing streak. Eric, he has been losing all year. That's just the way the ball's rolling. I mean,
Sure.
and ever since Body Bags was thrown out there, I've lost 4 straight. So that's the curse of the body bags. I never want that on anybody, and I passed on to somebody here soon. Maybe something, somebody else like Gibson maybe doesn't make the playoffs and loses in a heartbreak. So that'd be cool.
Hey, Kib.
Yeah.
Where are you that has a white background? Like there's literally like nothing behind you right now. I don't
This
understand that.
is my sister's room I'm in.
Oh.
It's actually blue, but it's coming through it. It's like a light blue, but it's white on your screen.
Huh. Looks like there's literally nothing in there. Oh, interesting. All right.
Got a light bulb.
Oh, that's cool. There you go.
All right. I guess going in. I'm checking the email box. I didn't really see any emails coming through. I'll check a little bit later. Probably 100 more will come in by the end of the podcast.
Hey, what's going on with your camera angle?
It's my phone. I had to switch up.
I'm talking about something that has worse battery life is your phone over your computer.
I know it'll be dead.
You look like a basic white girl trying all different selfie angles, moving it around.
No, my leg went to sleep, and I had to stand up for a second, and I sat back down. That's what that was.
Okay. All right. Moving on to Week 12 matchups. Why don't we just start? Eric, you and I actually are facing off each other. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really care who wins this one at this point. You versus I. I mean, I have a lot. If you want to break it down, I could start a lot of people on Thursday for a couple of those Thanksgiving games. But I don't know. What do you expect?
Yeah, I think I was projected higher, which is interesting to me because I barely ever win. Yeah, I got Odell coming back, so that's going to be helpful.
Gibbs projected higher.
He is now?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, there goes all my hope, so yeah, I don't really care either. Just want to get it over with.
Andrew?
Sounds like you guys are just not really interested, and rightfully so. You should be interested, shouldn't you? You can still tie Kyle for that bet you have.
That's true. That's the only reason I want to win this game. Kib, we can talk off air about how we're going to make that happen.
Interesting. I didn't hear that.
What was that? I didn't hear that.
Well, actually, you could talk on air because Kyle supposedly doesn't listen, but he might be.
That's true.
Yeah, he probably watches this.
As far as matchups goes, don't really see the point of breaking it down from any sort of analytical standpoint since the game does mean nothing pretty much. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Kib. No one loses 5 straight, right?
I lost 5 straight last year, so yes, somebody has. And that has happened before. I've come encounter with these losing streaks and also winning streaks, and they're not fun. But
First of the body bags.
Yeah, body bags hopefully never occurs to anybody again. But Eric, I'll go with myself. But I don't really care who wins. I'll probably just start everybody on Thursday just to get it over with. So.
Yeah, I'll go with myself too.
Alrighty. Next matchup we have Kyle versus.
Bryce, who'd you pick?
Kib.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next matchup we have Kyle. Don't look, I'm hideous versus Jonah. Price is wrong. Beep. Wow. Just looking at, I can't pull it. I'm sorry, I can't pull it up. I don't have the technology to pull it up. But every check mark is basically on Jonah's side to win.
You have to give it to him.
I don't know. Andrew, what do you got?
Yeah. Kyle seems to have been throwing in the towel. So, and Jonah's just Jonah. I mean, nothing really more needs to be said about that. We all know what's going on between us. He started. I want to get it on air. I don't care, but I'm not even going to pick this game. I wanted the story to be known that he started this war with the Price is Wrong bitch team name. And when I come back with the at least I'm not Jonah That's not just talking about fantasy. That's just like life in general. At least I'm not Jonah. Like as bad as this fantasy season can go and things get, I can wake up every day and say, "Hey, I'm not Jonah." So I got that going for me. So yeah, that's all I got to say about this matchup this week.
Eric?
Yeah, shots fired in that column there. Interesting.
I didn't start it, but
Yeah.
said I can't just sit here and take it all. I got to retaliate somehow. As bad as things may be going, I'm not just going to roll over. I'm going to come back with shots fired. Yeah, like you said.
It kind of sounds like France. They're bombing ISIS. It's very similar. They didn't start
Yeah,
it.
you can be a coward and come into my building and blow yourself up and kill hundreds of innocent people. But when I started all-out assault on your country, don't be surprised.
True.
Blitzkrieg.
Now, I'll get to my analysis here. Seeing as last week, my checkmark analysis completely paid off in my favor. I was right with my complicated statistical analysis. So I'm going to stand by that, and that's why I think Jonah's going to get the win. I like to see Kyle lose, so my bet works in my favor. So if I win, Kyle loses, I'm 1 inch closer to getting that $10 in my wallet, and Kyle's $10 poor. So hopefully that happens.
Yeah, Jonah actually has a chance to go on a 4-game losing streak at the end of the season. He beat me last week, beat Hutch, and then if he wins these next 2, that'd be a ridiculous turnaround to his season. He's got Antonio Brown back, and a couple other guys off buys back. So yeah, I'll have to go with Jonah just because his team it's clicking on all cylinders right now. Next matchup, Mr. Price versus Mr. Henry. Mike's actually the leader of our division now, and it's looking good for him in the future for the playoffs. Andrew, what do you got about this matchup?
Yeah, Mike's gonna win. So I had drastic times all for drastic measures. If you look at my lineup, you'll see that. But I don't really like my odds. I'm gonna have to roll with myself, so I'm picking myself.
Okay. Eric?
Yeah, as much as I would like to pick my esteemed colleague, Andrew, I'm going to have to go with the worst team name in the league with Michael Henry. He's quietly just having a good fantasy season. He doesn't boast. He doesn't, get into any of this league animosity like the rest of us seem to get sucked into. So I think that's tending to help his fantasy team. He has an unclouded mind. He's not in any ulterior motives. He's just looking to win. So I think that's what's going to give him the edge this week against Price. And he's going to get the dub.
I think that might keep him from winning it all, though. You got to have that edge.
That's true. That's true. I think it'll get him into the playoffs, but then once the heat gets turned on, so to speak, he's gonna boil over and he's not gonna win.
Yeah, with me on this 3-game losing streak, I think a lot of what stems between the me and Jonah rivalry, not really rivalry because his team's awful, even though mine is also awful. We did win 6 straight at one point. I hope you all remember that. But I was struggling, and then he takes shots for no reason. Don't really know what that was about. Yeah?
What were the shots? I don't even remember the initial warning shot.
He changed his name to the shot, what it is now.
Oh, so so that the name change was unwarranted in your opinion?
That was a rebuttal. Yeah, that was a rebuttal back to that.
My name was my change was rebuttaling his.
Right. So he just changed his name without having anything to do with
it.
anything.
Out of nowhere. So.
Okay.
And then his initials thing, it's Puss for the thing. So mine, at least I'm not Jonah Fag. So.
Right. I just want to clarify the whole situation so the fans at home knew kind of the background that went on behind the scenes to kind of escalate the situation.
Yeah, so that set me off, and then retaliations are, as you saw today, pretty strong. Some of it probably does stem from me struggling in this season with 3 straight losses, but a lot of it was warranted, and I didn't start this. I want that to be clear.
Fair enough.
Yeah, going back to the game for me at least, the breakdown of it, I'll go with Mike. I don't know. His team just looks pretty good. Mike could win, and you're probably going to make the playoffs, unfortunately, for you and me. All right. Next matchup, we have We Are Marshall, Mr. Hutchinson versus your mom's favorite team, another team name that probably needs to be changed. Two team names that probably need to be changed. And versus Joe. Eric?
Yeah, I don't know why Hutch is rolling with that name. It's not even relevant anymore with Marshall being off his squad. Don't really know where he gets off keeping that around. But I'm gonna hope to God that his slide continues and Hutch loses another game here. I think that would be great to end the season with Hutch losing. I'd also like to see Price's Cash, his prized horse lose in the race. I think that'd be funny too. So overall I want to see Hutch lose, and it would be great. So I'm gonna go with whoever's playing Hutch to win against him.
Andrew?
Yeah, who is playing Hutch? It's Joe.
Joe.
It's Joe number one.
Joe. Joe, your mom's favorite team.
So Joe number one.
Yes.
Joe number one.
With Hutch, I do. I'm just trying to look who is actually playing so I can. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Looks like if we go on to check marks, Plute strategy, Hutch gets the win, and I'm riding with Hutch. And the commissioner, low key, is on fire right now. He needs to be stopped because he's got. I don't want to see him have 50% of the playoff teams. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna ride with Hutch. I jumped on the bandwagon, and now's not the time to jump off. So come on, Hutch. Oh, and I do think he's gonna switch his name. He was gonna keep it until he lost, and he just lost. So I think we can expect a name switch coming soon.
Any guesses from anybody on what that name will be?
I would look up names online and see which one you think he would pick, because that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's not very creative when it comes to his name choices, but he's better than us three. Yeah, I'll go with I'd rather have Hutch win this game. I think Joe needs to be put back in his place with a loss. That'd be nice. Yeah, I'll go with Hutch just because I don't know. His team just looks better on paper, but you never know with some of these fantasy games. So, and then the last game we have Gibson versus the other guy, two of the best teams in the league. This will probably be the highest scoring game of the year, just because of the past between these two teams in scoring. Eric, what do you got on this game? The other guy versus Gibson.
I'm gonna roll with Gibson, just seeing as he's kind of my favorite to win the league right now. I got to roll with him. The other guy, I hate him. I think I've made that clear. So I'd love to see him. Again, I've said this before. I say it again. We don't even know who this guy is. None of us have seen his face, nor do any of us want to know him. So again, it'd be a tragedy for him to win the league. So he needs to lose now, and Gibson's that guy to deliver him that L.
All right. Andrew?
Yeah, I'd say if Freeman plays, I think the other guy's going to win. If Freeman doesn't play, I think Gibson wins. So it all comes from that. This game is kind of like your guys' game, but in a different way, because no matter what happens, both these teams will be in the playoffs. Like in your game, no matter what happens, you both won't be in the playoffs. So
I don't see the correlation.
No pressure. They both have to lose out, and I would have to win out, or Hutch and Joe or Mike or something. A lot of teams have to win out for neither of them to make the playoffs, so no real pressure on either team there.
Yeah. Yeah, just Gibson got his team stronger last week with the addition of Hopkins. So, yeah.
Jonah again making everything awful with a horrible trade there.
Yeah. I like Gibson's team. I just feel like some of the players on the other guys' teams are going to die down here at the end of the season. They had hot middles of the season, and I think Gibson's team is just a little bit stronger. I'll roll with Gibson. I think that does it for breakdown of games. Any general thoughts here? I'm kind of in a bad mood, I guess, on a nice Tuesday afternoon. Not much going on here in Elkhart, but bad mood just because of the Thursday, the Sunday, and the Monday games of losing once again. But Eric, Andrew, any other thoughts?
Yeah, just a common question. Are you guys going out Wednesday night? And here in South Bend?
I don't know. This is the first week where I'm really just taking it hard, the loss. It's tough. It's finally starting to sink in that my playoff chances are pretty much done. Um, it hurts, you know. I mean, you come into the season thinking things are going to be great, and they suck. You're 0-2. You win 6 straight games, and you're pulled right back in. You're sucked back into it, and then you lose the next 3, and it's like, why do I do this to myself? Why? Why? I don't know. I just don't know.
And to answer the question, Eric, no, I will not be. But have fun if you do. Be safe out there.
Thank you.
Dangerous
Andrew,
world.
any thoughts to end this dreadful, miserable, time-consuming thing that I do with my life?
Not really. Well, I want to get it out on the air that I am 8-3 in my other league, so that's cool.
Nice. Eric?
Just want to wish everyone a nice Thanksgiving. Yeah, eat a lot of turkey.
I
hope the
really
fans-
don't care about anybody's Thanksgiving. That's what this fantasy season's doing for me. Have a good
Okay.
Thanksgiving. Have a shitty Thanksgiving. I don't really care.
Well, he's going to be the Thanksgiving Grinch, and I'm going to wish the fans at home, thanks for watching. Enjoy a lot of turkey. Hopefully the Lions get a W, and that's about it.
Try not to choke on a drumstick. If you do, whatever.
Was that directed at Jonah?
Just everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, all the subscribers out there. Appreciate your page views / clicks, and
This week should be titled something depressing week, whatever this is. A depressing week, really.
it's pretty bad.
And there's snow all over the ground. It's like
We all suck is the title of this one.
Yeah.
we've all been zipped up in body bags.
Oh, jeez.
Please never use that term in my vicinity again.
At this point, the only way to get out of the body bag is to accept the body bag.
Is that how that works?
Can you just put me through an incinerator then at that point? Because I don't feel like at that point that's all I want to be in. I don't want to just suffocate to death. I just want to be in an incinerator.
No, you could suffocate it to death when you lost last week to Joe, or this week to Joe. So
yeah,
we can cremate the remains if that's what you'd like.
That'd be nice.
Just get it over with.
No. Alrighty. All right. That's all I got. Appreciate it, and have a happy Thanksgiving. And all right, we'll see you guys maybe next week. We'll see about it.
Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe.
Potentially, we'll have a guest. All right.
Well, everybody have a Thanksgiving.